apart from Mr. Shantam Seth, we have another guest speaker over here, Brahmakumari, Sister Rama. I would like to introduce her as well here. She's having keen interest in spiritual wisdom and service activities of the Brahma Kumaris since a young age and has been associated with it for the last 28 years. Since her childhood and youth days, she actively engaged in spiritual services and central activities in Mumbai, Rajasthan, and various states of the country. In 1997, she dedicated herself to the institution to devote her life for pursuing higher goals of self-enlightenment and spiritual service of humanity. Many work, like she has done amazing work. She has been connected with various organizations like Indian Oil, National Cooperative Union of India, Central Warehousing Commission, many. But I believe the most important thing which we all have is the peace that we are finding. And these two gurus, which are here with us to give us a sense of enlightenment, I request our director, Shri Dipankar Gyan, to kindly welcome them with their kind words. Please, sir.
Good morning, Shantam. I am audible?
Yes, very clear. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And good morning, Sister Rama. It's a new course which we are launching today, the mindfulness. And think that it is the most demanding, most challenging thing in the world in the era of COVID-19, when the people are locked inside their rooms, in their houses. The small students not going, people at large not attending to their normal work. A great depression has come to the mankind. We have started thinking that whether our life will be locked inside a room forever or whether we have something to move forward. I'm 100% sure that this COVID-19 is not going to be a sustainable thing for the human being. But the challenges it has brought to our society are the real challenges before the mankind and the human being. So there must be some sort of planning for how to cope up with this depression. I think that at many fronts we are fighting depression. That's the economic depression on the economic front, other depression, the employment depression in the employment front. But nobody is perhaps thinking that what the basic changes we are feeling inside our fruitful mind and what the negativity is coming to us in form of this pre and post COVID. And during COVID, it is really a disturbing thing. When my small child asked me when she will meet to her friends, whether she can go to the school, whether she can be able to go to school or not, whether her studies will be adversely affected or not due to this, or whether she can go and meet her relations in the other town. I am really speechless. I am really silent because I have no answer at all. And what I guess from the question that a great depression is starting to brew up in the mind of a small child. When I talk to my old father, he's always apprehensive that anything can happen anytime. Everybody is so apprehensive. So peace of mind is really disturbed. And once the peace of mind is disturbed, I think that it is the right time to introduce Dharmachar Santam, to introduce Sister Rama to this field, because they are the expert who knows the art and who has the tools to deal with these type of challenging situation. They have a vast knowledge, a great experience in the field of doing all the things. I know Dharmachar is doing even for the Royal Army UK. I know Sister Rama. Through Brahma Kumari, they are doing it for the over the period of time, a long period of time. They have done it. They have practiced it and they have proved it. So, in this view, we have introduced one course earlier that we find when we found that during this depression, the communication has become very terse and it has become violent. So we started a course called non-violent communication. But only the non-violent communication is not bringing peace to our mind. So mindfulness, which ultimately leads to happiness. A happy mind is a growing mind. A happy mind is a fertilizing mind. So ultimate aim is the mind should be fertilizing. The mind should be free of any apprehension. The mind should be free. Once it is free, then the body is itself bound to be free, and the environment is bound to be non-violent. So on this note, I welcome Dharmachar Santam and Sister Rama to this session, and I request Dharmachar Santam, a well-known philosopher, well-known Buddhist practitioner, and a very well-known name in the world, to kindly inaugurate this course. And this is the first course which we are going to start today. And I think this is most auspicious day today for us to begin with. And I assure all of you that we will take this course a long way ahead so that it can serve to the mankind. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Santam.
No, thank you so much, Shri Dipankar Shrigyan. I must congratulate you and Dr. Vedvyas Kundu for actually initiating a course like this at this COVID-19 epidemic time. But I think it's a sort of life skill that we have need at any time. And I also should really congratulate Kanak Kaushik for putting together this course. It's not easy to put together a course, and I've gone through it, and she's really tried to bring mindfulness into everyday life. That is an important aspect of this. And as the director spoke, mindfulness is a practice that can both take care of the difficult situations like depression and stress, but also create happiness and joy. I'm going to start with the sound of the bell. You might notice that my voice is not very good. I have a bad throat, and if I lose my voice, then I will speak less. But I thought we will start with the mindfulness bell. I have a bell next to me, a small bell, or maybe a bigger bell. I don't know if you can see it. I'll move my camera a little bit. There's a big bell, you can't see it. Okay. Anyway, I will invite a meditation bell. And when we talk about mindfulness or when we practice mindfulness, the main thing is how to come back into the present moment. The present moment is the only time we have any control about. The past is gone and the future is an idea. So we can only control the present moment, whether it's in our body or our mind or in our feelings or in our objects of mind. We have to come and train our mind. So mindfulness is very much about training the mind. You know, in schools, we don't learn so much about training the mind. Teachers will tell us, concentrate, concentrate, but they don't teach how to concentrate. So it's very important to learn these practices, how to concentrate, how to develop memory, how to develop social and emotional learning. So the first exercise I'm going to do is I'm going to invite the sound of the bell. And this bell, you listen. First, I will just allow you to listen to the sound of the bell. And I'll give a little guidance as I'm speaking. Is my voice clear? Can everyone hear me? It's okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So please sit in a comfortable way. Try and sit in a way where you can sit straight and your breathing is easy. And listen to the sound of the bell. Put your mindfulness on the sound. Again, I will invite the bell. If your mind goes away, just come back to the sound. And now use the sound to come back to your breath. Just simple in breath and out breath. If you find it easy, you can put your hand on your stomach and just feel the rise and fall of your stomach and abdomen. So that's only 1 or 2 breaths, but all day long, I come back to my breath. Whenever my mind wanders, I come back to my breath and it anchors me in the present. Whether I'm walking, whether I'm eating, whether I'm with my children. And so this is a practice of mindfulness, always coming back to the present. And from the first thing I do in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, I'm lying in my bed, I'm aware how my body is lying on the bed. I come back to my breathing and I say, oh, breathing in, I know I'm alive. Breathing out, I smile to life. You know, we go to sleep every night. We don't know whether we're going to wake up. But it's a miracle. We have a whole 24 brand new hours to live life. So appreciate that we are alive. And if you can smile, smile has a neurological effect. It has effects on our brain. It makes us happy. And also it relaxes the muscles in our face. So smiling is a good practice. So mindfulness is about becoming attentive to what is happening here and now. And it's funny, actually the Hindi word which we use for mindfulness is smriti. And we have Gandhi Smriti, which is organizing this. There's not a perfect word. Mindfulness is an English word being used. It's really a remembrance. It's a memory, a coming back to. The Buddha talked about mindfulness in his first Eightfold Path talk in Sarnath. You know, he talked about right mindfulness. And then he developed that teaching into what is called the Satipatthana Sutra, the 4 foundations of mindfulness. So the Buddha was one of the first great teachers of India who developed this teaching on mindfulness. And so we as children of India are very lucky that we have this great wisdom culture, this knowledge system in our own genetic makeup. But also we find people like Gandhiji. He may not have known the word mindfulness, but he was very mindful. Every time he was making a dhaga on the charkha, you have to be completely mindful. The way he was conscious of his eating, the way he was conscious of his speech, that requires mindfulness to be able to do that. And then you find that Buddha taught mindfulness as a path of awakening. All Indic civilizational philosophical paths are about moksha, nirvana. But in the West, because of science, especially neuroscience, they've found that it's very effective mindfulness for the brain. So you can get different parts of the brain which are useful for executive function, like the hippocampus. The gray matter density increases only in 8 weeks. And the places of stress and anxiety, like the amygdala, the gray matter density decreases. So now they found that you can use mindfulness, which is basically an old Indian practice, for stress reduction. And as the director was saying, they have found that for depression, mindfulness practice is much more effective than even medicines. And in England, the National Health Service can prescribe mindfulness course now instead of strong medicine. So we have to be careful and useful how to make these teachings into a secular language. And I think it's very useful that we can bring this into schools, into the army, into the jail, as Ms. Kaushik has done, is trying to develop a course for people in the jail. And I think the process is first becoming aware of your breath, then becoming aware of your body, being aware of the miracle of the body, like eyes. I'm aware that I can see. That is a miracle. Some people say that to walk on water, walk on air is a miracle. But to walk on earth is a miracle. To have legs is a miracle. You know, one day I was walking somewhere and somebody was playing some music, and I turned around and these were 4 men and they had no legs. And I just felt, I sat down and I said, how lucky I am to have legs to walk. So they were victims of landmines. So the thing is how to appreciate our legs, how to appreciate our eyes when we hear, how to appreciate our ears. These are things which are very important that we can really become mindful of, and that will nourish us. We should always keep some happy thoughts in our mind. If we feel low, we can always use that CD. You know, it's like a CD of happiness CD. I have a picture of my 2 daughters playing on the bed. It always makes me happy. So I put that in whenever I need to. So I think you have to create happiness, joy in your life. And then if you have difficulty, then look at the difficulty. Don't try and focus on the difficulty first. So if you have, say, 10 trees in your garden, if one tree is not well, first look after the 9 trees. Enjoy them, enjoy the birds, the wind, the flowers, and then go to the 10th tree, and then you'll have the energy to help. Help yourself and help others. So practice of mindfulness is about a practice of awakening, of creating calm, creating peace, and as the course says, of creating balance and harmony in yourself and in your family, in your community. So I would encourage you to do this course as a practice. Don't do it like some technique that you are learning. मैं 33 साल से ये mindfulness practice कर रहा हूँ. हर दिन मुझे कुछ ना कुछ नया अनुभव आता है इसमें. Each day I am surprised. Wonderful, wonderful. So do this as a way of life, not only as a practice of technique, and base it in ethics. And do it with your family, with your friends. You have a nice community. So enjoy it. The main thing in this practice is to enjoy it. हम कहते हैं ध्यान जो है वो it's like the food of joy. So if you can enjoy the practice, then you're doing it right. There's no right and wrong. Just you are the teacher. We are only giving you technique. So please benefit from it. Let others benefit. If you have questions, Ms. Kaushik can always ask me. I can help you with some questions if you have any response on something. I'm there for you to if you would like anything. And I would say just keep the 3 mantras. Stop, breathe, smile. Stopping in the present moment, coming back to your breath to help you, and then smiling. And जब भी मेरा फोन बजता है, मैं 3 बार मैं उठाता नहीं. I call it telephone meditation, telephone mindfulness. पहली बार, whatever the phone rings, I stop. If I'm speaking, if I'm walking, I stop. Second bell, I come back to my breath. And third, I smile. And then, hello Veda, hello somebody. So I'm present for the person and they are present also. So you can use mindfulness in everything. So I call it telephone mindfulness. So ऐसे कुछ भी जिंदगी में कर सकते हो. When you open a door, be attentive. Mindfulness is about being present and then slowly nourishing yourself, looking at your emotions, looking at your body and transforming them, and then looking at your mind. You have a wonderful course. I'm very honored to be able to inaugurate this. And I'm also looking forward to hear Sister Rama from the Brahma Kumaris, and Ms. Kaushik, best of luck. Veda Vyas, best of luck. And the Dipankar Shrigyan ji, best of luck. And enjoy it. I will invite, again, 3 sounds the bell to end. First bell, stop your thinking. Second bell, you come back to your breath. And third breath, smile. Thank you very much, dear friends. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Acharya. It was like, it's like when I was listening to you, it's like I've just gone through the whole course. It's like I'm just living, I'm alive, I can feel it, I'm mindfully listening to you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your blessings. I wish, like you, I can create some peace in the world, and let's enjoy this beautiful world which God has given us. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Sister Rama. She's our honorable guest speaker. She's gonna give a lecture on mindfulness and its requirement in daily lives to sustain in different circumstances. So let's all come for a new wonderful journey, which is just continuing the path which Acharya has given. There's only one way which he has given: stop, breathe, and smile. Let's welcome Sister Rama here. Please.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You are very
Yes,
much
ma'am.
audible.
You are audible. We can hear.
So first of all, I thank all the office bearers, patrons of Gandhi Smriti and Kanak ji, and our Honorable Shantam Seth ji. You have already highlighted the importance of mindfulness in present times. And first of all, before I share some thoughts on the topic, I would like to all of you to join in a silence and small practice of meditation. So I request you all to sit comfortably and relax wherever you are sitting, और अपना ध्यान आप स्वयं पर एकाग्र करें. When we say Om Shanti, we bring our attention deep within. We begin to relax ourselves, relax your body. Relax your muscles. Observe your breath flowing in and out of the body. And with each breath, you go into deeper and deeper relaxation. पूरा ध्यान अपने श्वास पर एकाग्र करें। श्वास लेते हुए और छोड़ते हुए महसूस करें कि शरीर में जो भी तनाव है, all the stress, all the tension in the muscles, in the nerves is relaxing. You let yourself settle down. In the peace and silence that is inherent in this moment. Wherever we all are in our journey of life, whatever is happening around me, situations, things that are not in my control, all the vibrations and energies that each day brings into my life, I have this choice to become aware that I am a being of peace. I have this choice of peace, this choice of being free from the influence of all these vibrations. I can choose to relax, be silent and still, and be liberated in each moment. हम सब अपनी जीवन यात्रा में जिस मुकाम पर भी हैं, हमारे पास ये चॉइस है। अपना ध्यान अपने ऊपर एकाग्र करें और हर पल जो शांति, जो मुक्ति इस पल में निहित है, उसे अनुभव करें। एक शांत मन, स्थिर बुद्धि, हर परिस्थिति में अचल अडोल रहकर सही तरीके से जो भी चैलेंजेस, परिस्थितियां जीवन में आती हैं, उसका समाधान निकाल पाती है। I just need to focus, stand back, observe myself, and steer my thoughts and emotions, my response to face anything that life brings up in my daily experience. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. हम सब ने आचार्य जी से सुना कि ये माइंडफुलनेस एक कला है, जीवन जीने की एक शैली है। It's not just a practice, it's not just a intellectual or mental, exercise that we do for half an hour or few minutes, but it's a way of life. All that Gandhiji stood up for, the principles of truth and non-violence, they are so deep, ingrained in the spiritual ethos of this land called Bharat. And it's a legacy that all of us who live in this land have with us. All we need to do is realize that it's there in each one of us to make
Ma'am, kindly on your mic, please.
I am sorry. So I was sharing that Acharya ji has already told us how mindfulness helps us bring our attention to the present moment. And Gandhi ji stood up for truth and non-violence. And these principles are ingrained in the spiritual ethos of this land called Bharat. And all of us who are residents of this land have the संस्कार्स ingrained in us. हम सबके अंदर शांति के, अहिंसा के संस्कार हैं। तो इन संस्कारों को डेली लाइफ में कैसे अनुभव करें, उसके लिए एक अंतर्मुखता चाहिए। उसके लिए बाहर मुखी मन जो हर समय बाहर भटकता रहता है, उसको अंदर केंद्रित करने का एक जो स्किल है, जिसको मेडिटेशन कहते हैं, वो हमें सीखना है। तो अगर ये स्कूल में बचपन से ही ये कला हम सबको सिखाई जाए, because most of us, if we observe ourselves, whenever we are doing anything, our mind is preoccupied somewhere else. Our mind is preoccupied with thoughts of something that happened in the past, or thoughts of worries about something that is related to our future. And that's how people get into depression. It's this, unending negative thinking that makes people suffer and, do things that harm themselves. So non-violence in the deepest sense is when we don't even create a thought that violates the peace within us. If we are violating the peace, the truth, the feeling of relaxation, the feeling of, joy and bliss that life is offering us. There is a blessing that is hidden in each moment. It is for us to discover it and experience it. So when we violate our own peace, when we are thinking negative, first of all, it is my peace that is violated. And when I have that kind of disturbed energy in my mind, what will I do? Thoughts will lead to violent words. Thoughts will lead to violent reactions. Violent thoughts will lead to violent relationships. So that is why the first work that we have to do is upon our own selves. So this art of observing yourself all the time and being mindful of what is the kind of vibration I'm creating in this moment. Am I creating violence or am I creating peace for myself? If I am in peace, how does a peaceful person respond to a challenge? How does a peaceful person talk? How does a peaceful person walk? How does a peaceful person respond to anything? So peace is not just a concept. Peace is something we experience in our daily experience. So in that sense, mindfulness helps us to make this choice. We all talk of freedom, liberation, but freedom from what? The biggest, slavery or the biggest trap or the biggest bondage that a human being today is living with is the bondage of his own negative thoughts. If I choose to nurture a positive thought which generates a positive emotion, if I become aware, when I am observing myself, if I become aware that, my mind is reacting to something that somebody has said or that something I don't like, what should I do? So I have a choice. I have a choice either to disidentify from that, distance myself, become aware, relax myself, and settle back into the peace, that peace which is one's own innate nature. So in Brahma Kumaris, we use the word soul consciousness. Instead of mindfulness, we talk of soul consciousness, which is in essence the same thing, being aware of your true self as a being of peace, as a being of truth, as a being of non-violence, as a being of compassion. But it's not just a activity for just half an hour meditation. It's an awareness that we have to carry with us all the time in our role. Because in our role, we are constantly exchanging our energy with other people. जिस तरह से हम किसी के बारे में सोच रहे हैं, उनसे बात कर रहे हैं, वो सारी वाइब्रेशंस, एनर्जी इस वायुमंडल को बनाती है। तो जितने भी लोग इस संसार में रह रहे हैं, उन सबकी वाइब्रेशंस आज के दिन की क्वालिटी को या तो बना रही है या बिगाड़ रही है। सो इन माय ओन living space, I have this choice and this power to create vibrations that are positive, that are pure, that are healthy, that nurture positive relationships all around me. तो ये कितना बड़ा एक ईश्वर ने हमें शक्ति दी है कि आप ये चॉइस कर सकते हैं। बाहर से कोई भी एनर्जी आ रही है, सिचुएशंस ठीक नहीं है, परिस्थितियाँ ठीक नहीं है, बट आई हैव दिस चॉइस टू बी पीसफुल, टू choose what is best for my own well-being. And when I am myself in that state of mind, in that state of being, I will be able to give the best to others also. इसीलिए अहिंसा बहुत एक गहरी बात है। हिंसा का मतलब ये नहीं हमने किसी को मारा नहीं, किसी को दुख नहीं दिया, बट अगर हम मन में भी अपनी शांति को भंग कर रहे हैं, अपनी शांति या अपनी जो एक ब्लिसफुल स्टेट है उससे हट रहे हैं, डिस्टर्ब हो रहे हैं, अपसेट हो रहे हैं, हर टाइम स्ट्रेस में है, हर काम करते हुए, स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज द आर्ट ऑफ बैलेंसिंग बीइंग एंड डूइंग। हम सब सुबह से लेकर रात तक वी आर जस्ट फोकस्ड ऑन डूइंग दिस, डूइंग दैट, constantly task oriented. But as Acharya ji also said, be mindful when you're eating food, just stay with that experience of eating food. Be grateful, relish that experience. When you're talking to someone, be present for that person. So when we start living in this way where we are not just doing things like a mechanical habit, but we are very, very present in each action. And when we are mindful what we are doing, when we experience the beauty, the blessing, the joy of doing something, the whole quality of life changes. Right now, we do things just with that feeling of, just doing it. And there is constant stress, as I said, while we are doing routine actions. We are constantly, our mind is preoccupied with other thoughts. So that food is not turning into a powerful energy that nourishes the body. That food is also taking in that toxic energy of the bad thoughts I am thinking. So we have to be very aware of what we are creating with each thought. That is why it is not just for children, but even adults. We need to learn and practice this art in a daily basis so that it becomes a way of life. And the way to do it is, as so many people are out there, helping us to learn these things and live a life that is more qualitative and more peaceful and more where you can experience this freedom of choice. See, freedom of choice is where you can channelize your own mental, emotional energies in a way that creates well-being for yourself and for everyone who is connected to you. So that is why especially in today's world, where people are, constantly being bombarded by a lot of information that is not healthy. That's where such channels of knowledge, such channels of self empowerment are very, very important. And that is why it's commendable that Gandhi Smriti has brought up this course and they are thinking of introducing it for small children, because if it is taught to children at this age, we can all be assured that they will grow up as very valuable, very self empowered citizens. So, with this note, that we all commit to a life of non-violence, peace through mindfulness that sustains peace in our daily life. I again thank Gandhi Smriti, Kanakji, and I offer my namaskar to all of you who are present listening to this. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister
Thank you, ma'am.
Rama. As you said, like Om Shanti creates a peace in an environment. It's just a beginning. So, as this lecture is, thank you so much for your kind words. I just want to thank Acharya and Ma'am, their blessings. Now, moving on further to the next session, it's about what our course is. हम क्या बताना चाहते हैं इस कोर्स से. So basically, यह कोर्स जो है, वो टारगेट ग्रुप जो इसमें है, उसमें छोटे बच्चे हैं, स्कूल चिल्ड्रन जिन्हें हम कह सकते हैं, हाउसवाइफ्स हैं, यूथ है और जेल एडमिट्स हैं. इसके लिए हमने कुछ पहले एक बेसिक कोर्स तैयार किया है, जैसा आचार्य ने बताया, जैसे सिस्टर रामा ने बताया, कि उसमें सब कुछ होगा कि माइंडफुलनेस होता क्या है, इट्स अबाउट द प्रेजेंट मोमेंट, उसके बेनिफिट्स क्या है, वो किस प्रकार से हम अपनी जिंदगी में उसको ला सकते हैं. उसके लिए आपको किसी टूल की जरूरत नहीं है, बस जो आपके रोज के कार्य हैं उसमें आपको उसे शामिल करना है. तो इसको जानने के लिए कि एक्चुअली इस कोर्स में है क्या, एक कहानी से शुरुआत करते हैं. कहानी नहीं, एक केस स्टोरी का होगा. ये पार्ट है स्कूल चिल्ड्रन का, जो हम कोर्स लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, उसमें स्कूल चिल्ड्रन के लिए ये केस स्टडी दी गई है. तो केस ये है कि एक स्कूल चाइल्ड है, मैंने नाम दिया उसका कुछ भी, मनीष मान लीजिए. उसने अपनी एक नोटबुक अपने एक दोस्त से मांगी कि मुझे कल मैम ने बोला है कि कंप्लीट करके देना है, तो मुझे अपनी नोटबुक दे दो. तो उसके फ्रेंड ने उसको दे दी. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या हुई कि रास्ते में कहीं घूमते फिरते उससे वो नोटबुक जो है वो गुम हो गई. अब हमारे लिए एक छोटी सी सिचुएशन हो सकती है, पर एक बच्चे के लिए एक बड़ी सी क्रिटिकल सिचुएशन है, जहां उसको एक नोटबुक बनानी थी और उसको 2 नोटबुक बनानी. तो एक छोटे से बच्चे के लिए, जो कि 2nd या 3rd क्लास का है, उसके लिए इट्स अ बिग डील. उसे इस सिचुएशन में कैसे डील करना चाहिए. तो यूजुअल रिस्पॉन्स क्या होता है बच्चे का, उसको डर लगता है. धीरे 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 वो डर एंजाइटी की फॉर्म ले लेता है. रात होती है, शाम होती है, ना उसकी खुद की नोटबुक पूरी है, ना ही वो अपने दोस्त की बना पा रहा है. तो वो सोचता है सोने से पहले, एक डर आपके दिमाग को बंद कर देता है, आपको सिर्फ ये बताता है कि टेल मी एवरीथिंग व्हिच इज नेगेटिव. आप सोच नहीं पाते, एक कोलिजन आपके बीच में दिमाग में होने लगता है. लेकिन अगर आप इस सिचुएशन को माइंडफुली देखेंगे तो ये एक सिचुएशन बहुत इजी हो सकती है उस बच्चे के लिए. उसको सिर्फ एक चीज करनी होती है, वो कुछ डीप ब्रेथ लेकर शांति से, आराम से पहले इस ट्रैफिक को खत्म करते हैं, शांति से इस सिचुएशन को डील करते हैं. क्योंकि माइंडफुलनेस यही सिखाता है कि जो भी प्रॉब्लम आए, आपको भागने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ आराम से बैठना है, उसको देखना है, और बेस्ट सोल्यूशन जो कि आपके लिए भी पीसफुल हो और दूसरे के लिए भी पीसफुल हो, उसके लिए आगे बढ़े. सो ही विल टेक सम डीप ब्रेथ्स एंड वो अपने आप की मदद करेगा. ये हमारा कोर्स का भी हिस्सा है जिसमें हम बच्चों को सिखाएंगे कि कैसे पॉज लेना है और कैसे माइंडफुल थिंकिंग करनी है। अब बच्चे के इस माइंडफुल एक्शन को समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। बच्चे ने समझ लिया है कि गलती उसकी है क्योंकि उसने बहुत ढूंढा लेकिन फिर भी नो फिर नहीं। सो वो उसकी केयरलेसनेस है और उसने अपने फियर को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है कि हाँ मैं डरा हूँ और मुझे किस चीज की जरूरत है, मुझे मेरे स्ट्रेंथ की जरूरत है। सो माइंडफुल का होने का मतलब ये है कि आप अपने माइंड को कंट्रोल करते हो, उसकी सुनते हो, जैसे एक छोटा बच्चा आपसे आपकी बात कहता है, आप उस बात को सुनते हो और उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको उसकी मदद करनी है। अब रात हुई, अगर बच्चा माइंडफुली चीजों को नहीं देख रहा है तो वो सिचुएशन को ऐसे ही छोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो जाएगा कि ठीक है कल सुबह देखूंगा या देखूंगी, जो भी प्रॉब्लम है कल देखेंगे, ठीक है। लेकिन अगर बच्चा माइंडफुल होगा तो वो क्या करेगा, वो कॉन्टैक्ट करने की कोशिश करेगा अपने फ्रेंड को और उसको सॉरी बोलेगा कि उससे ये गलती हुई है। उसने उसी वक्त माइंडफुल के थ्रू अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स, अपनी नेगेटिविटी को रिलीज कर दिया और अब वो आगे बढ़ चुका है उस प्रॉब्लम को खत्म करने में, ना कि खुद को खत्म करने में। फिर ये हो सकता है कि वो अपने दोस्त से ये कहे कि तुम्हारी नोटबुक मैं बना दूंगा या मैं बना दूंगी। लेकिन ये भी तो हो सकता है, जनरली हम यही तो करते हैं, हमसे अगर कोई गलती हो जाती है तो हम अपने आप को अकेला कर देते हैं कि चलो ठीक है मुझसे गलती हुई है मैं कर लूंगा या मैं कर लूंगी। ये ईगो है, ये माइंडफुलनेस नहीं। तो अगर बच्चा माइंडफुल होगा तो वो क्या करेगा, वो अपने फ्रेंड से पूछेगा कि माना मुझसे गलती हुई है बट कैन यू प्लीज हेल्प मी नाउ, बिकॉज मुझे अब एक नहीं दो बनानी है एंड दिस इज द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम जो मैं बना रहा हूँ। वो एक्सेप्ट भी करेगा कि उसकी गलती है कि उसने नोटबुक अब तक बनाई क्यों नहीं। तो अब माइंडफुली वो सीख गया कि उसको सिचुएशन को अवॉइड नहीं करना है, उसको सिचुएशन में रहना है, उसको अपने फ्रेंड को जज नहीं करना है कि वो गुस्सा करेगा या क्या करेगा। अब ये तो उसके फ्रेंड पर ही निर्भर करता है कि वो उसकी मदद करना चाहता है नहीं, लेकिन एक व्यक्ति के साथ में मधुर संबंध बनाए रखने के लिए, एक प्रो सोशल बिहेवियर होने के लिए हमें माइंडफुली आगे बढ़ना है। हमें खुद को विश्वास दिलाना होगा कि हम अकेले नहीं हैं। एक छोटे से बच्चे के लिए ये एक बहुत बड़ी सिचुएशन थी, हमारे लिए ये एक छोटी सी सिचुएशन हो सकती है। सो दैट वाज अ स्टोरी फॉर अ स्कूल चिल्ड्रन। इसी को हमने आगे बढ़ाया है। हमारे जो प्रैक्टिस शीट्स हैं अलग अलग ग्रुप के लिए, जैसे स्कूल चिल्ड्रन के लिए कुछ प्रैक्टिस शीट है जिसमें बच्चा सीखता है कि ऐसी सिचुएशन हो तो मैं क्या करूं। बच्चा प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में आना सीखता है, बच्चा ये सीखता है कि गलती के लिए खुद को सजा नहीं देना है, गलती के लिए खुद के साथ सीखना है, प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में रहना है, दिमाग को दौड़ाना नहीं, दिमाग को कंसंट्रेट करना है। और कंसंट्रेशन के लिए हमारे पास भी वही तरीके हैं जो आचार्य ने और सिस्टर रामा ने। हम जैसे माइंडफुल वॉकिंग है, माइंडफुल स्लीपिंग है, माइंडफुल मॉर्निंग है, यही सब रिचुअल्स हम जो है वो सिखाते हैं। एक और कहानी की तरफ बढ़ते हैं। ये विमेन सेक्शन से है जिसमें हमने विमेन के लिए रखा है एंड गृहिणियों के लिए स्पेशली, क्योंकि लाइक माय मदर सेज समटाइम्स कि मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि मैं तुम्हारे लिए ये काम करूँ, मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होगी मेरा काम होगा, लेकिन वो खुद भी तो खुद की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है ना। अगर उन्हें हमारी खुशी चाहिए, वो खुश इसमें होते हैं कि हम खुश हैं, तो हमें भी तो वही चाहिए, हम बच्चों को भी तो वही चाहिए। लेकिन शायद रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के नाम पे हम भूल जाते हैं कि हम भी वही लिविंग एंटिटी है जो बाकी सब लोग हैं। एंड पूरे दिन, जैसे सिस्टर रामा ने कहा, पूरे दिन हम भागते रहते हैं, भागते हैं। एक कहानी सुन, एक केस स्टोरी सुनते हैं। एक लेडी है रूमा, उनके हस्बैंड के साथ में लड़ाई हो गई खाने, सुबह के खाने को लेकर के। तो उनके हस्बैंड ने कहा कि कल जो तुमने लंच में खाना दिया था वो खराब था, 3 दिन से कह रहा हूँ ढंग का खाना नहीं बना सकते। कुछ ऐसे करके छोटी बातों को मिला करके ये लड़ाई आगे तक बढ़ रही है। अब शाम को हस्बैंड वापस आते हैं तो यूजुअल डिस्कशन क्या होगा, एक आर्ग्यूमेंट होगा, लोगों की दोनों की ईगो क्लैशेस करेंगे, दोनों के बीच में ग्रजेस होंगे और लड़ाई करके फिर वापस हो जाएंगे। सुबह वही सब चलता रहेगा और बोल देंगे टाइम के साथ सब ठीक हो जाएगा। पर वो जिस दिन में आप हैं, वो दिन तो चला गया ना, वो दिन तो वापस नहीं आएगा ना। अगर आप माइंडफुल डिस्कशन करते हैं तो आप एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, ठीक है, छोटी मोटी गलतियां दोनों से हो जाती है, दैट्स ऑल। लेकिन हम कोशिश करेंगे कि हम एक दूसरे के साथ रिलेशनशिप आगे बढ़ाएं, एक दूसरे के साथ में शेयरिंग द लव वाला कॉन्सेप्ट लेकर के, एक माइंडफुल लिविंग जो है वो आगे लेकर के आएंगे। जनरली कोर्स बनाते हुए एक चीज दिमाग में थी कि जनरली क्या होता है, विमेन में जो गृहिणी है, हाउस वाइफ्स में, दे सफर विद सम ऑफ द सिचुएशंस लाइक एंजाइटी। उनकी सिचुएशन के अकॉर्डिंग एंजाइटी है, रीजन कुछ भी हो सकता है, जैसे दे आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद द चेंजेस हैपनिंग इन देम एंड देयर फैमिली, और वो शो नहीं करती है। एक कड़वाहट उनमें होती है, कुछ पूछो उनसे तो एक कड़वाहट निकल के आती है। हो सकता है पुराने जजमेंट्स उनके सर पे डाल दिए गए, वो अभी तक उसको अंदर ही अंदर पिए जा रहे हैं। There could be the sadness as well. There could be the feeling of not getting respect and rights. But जरूरत किस चीज की है हमें? What we actually need is embrace the sensitivity जो हमारे, practice self compassion, release कर दीजिए जो दिक्कत आपको। So बहुत सारी चीजें, सेल्फ टॉक, सेल्फ कंपैशन, ये सभी चीजें आपको इस कोर्स में जो है वो मिल जाएगी। इसी तरीके से जनरली क्या होता है कि हम सबकी हैबिट ये बन चुकी है, हम लोग के पास में, सबके पास में फोन्स होते हैं, और जनरली हैबिट क्या होती है, सुबह की बात करते हैं। सुबह क्या होता है, उठे, आँख खुली, क्या किया, फोन उठा लिया, चले देखते हैं अपडेट्स क्या है, ठीक है। फिर धीरे धीरे अरे लेट हो गया, चलो ब्रेकफास्ट छोड़ दिया, चलो आगे चलते हैं। ये एक बेसिक हैबिट्स है। लेकिन जब आप माइंडफुलनेस में होते हैं, सो देयर विल बी न्यू हैबिट्स, लाइक जब आप सुबह उठते हैं तो आप एक नई सुबह लेकर के आ रहे हैं, बिना किसी इस फिक्र के साथ में कि व्हाट इज हैपनिंग एंड व्हाट विल हैपन। सो यू पे ग्रेटिट्यूड, you'll do exercise, you'll be having, rather than skipping the breakfast, you'll be having a nutritious breakfast. फोन पे लगने की बजाय आप 30 मिनट घर में ही एक्सरसाइज करने की कोशिश करें। सो दीज आर द थिंग्स, माइंडफुलनेस के थ्रू आप सीखते हैं कि मुझे खुद को फील करना है, खुद को कनेक्ट करना है अपने साथ में, कुछ चीजों को छोड़ देना है, खुद को एक्सेप्ट करना है, चीजें रिलीज कर देनी है और चीजों के साथ में आगे। सो ये जो कोर्स है हमारा, जो विमेन, यूथ, स्कूल चिल्ड्रन सभी के लिए है, हमारा ये कोर्स gandhismriti.gov.in पे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट आपके लिए अवेलेबल है। You just come and just visit the course, understand the course. There will be a mindfulness challenge also, जो कि आपको 6 दिन प्रैक्टिस करना है। हर दिन के लिए एक एक एक्टिविटी है, और 7वें दिन आपको अपने फीडबैक जो है वो शेयर करना है। There will be some practice sheets जो आपको भरने होंगे और जिनको भरने में आपको मजा भी आएगा, I can promise you। तो उनको भरिए, नई नई चीजें सीखिए, नई नई चीजें अंडरस्टैंड करिए, और अगर आप हमारे साथ कुछ शेयर करना चाहते हैं तो वो भी gandhismriti.gov पे आप शेयर कर सकते हैं। With that, I just want to wrap up this session, and for that, I request Dr. Vedvya Kundu to kindly give the vote of thanks to both of our chief guests over here.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. It has been a wonderful session, 1 hour of really interesting understanding of mindfulness. I really want to thank, in fact, Shantam, my close friend. Actually, he was my boss when I used to work with the United Nations volunteers, and I was introduced to his approach to mindfulness and the way he has been conducting. So I really thank him. He has been very busy. He has been conducting different kind of sessions all along, but he was really kind enough to accept our invitation to kindly launch this very, very important course on mindfulness. Thank you, Shantam. We really thank Sister Rama. It was, ma'am, it was a really wonderful listening to you, and one could really, one could imagine oneself, getting relieved, mindfully. That was really very exciting and very, very good. So we really had a wonderful session with Dharmacharya Shantam Seth and Sister Rama. And of course, we thank Kanak for putting this course together. And it is really wonderful that we have been Gandhi Smriti. We are able to bring up this course, and with this whole element of really people have coming under a lot of stress due to this COVID-19. I'm sure, especially the children, because the children, like as our director was telling about his daughter, there are a large number of children whom I'm interacting with, and they're really getting frustrated because they have to sit at home. The schools are not reopening. They can't go out and meet their friends, and they're supposed to always listen to their teachers through online classes. So it is really a lot of stress. So I think if we are able to push this whole exercise as something, as a realization, not just a course you get a certificate. It should not be. It should be like a practice, something coming up from within. So if we are able to do that, that would be really a great contribution to what the children are really facing in today's time. So thank you everyone, each and every participant who have joined here today, and we really hope to take it forward. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I just want to add one more name, Sister Vidhatri. She has been with us. Thank you for becoming a bridge between Gandhi Smriti and Brahmakumaris. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.